Good morning, the students. Welcome you all. Today in this class we will continue the chapter The Friendly Mangoose. In the previous class we read that Mangoose came on the gate when the farmer's wife came from the market, and the Mangoose came on the gate to welcome her, and afterward what had happened we will read in this chapter. The farmer's wife finished her shopping and came back home with a basket full of groceries. She saw the Mangoose sitting outside as if waiting for her. On seeing her, he ran to welcome her as was customary. So we get that the farmer's wife finished her shopping and came back home with a basket full of groceries. She came home with a basket full of groceries, means with foodstuffs, with food items, and the basket was full of foodstuffs, full with foodstuffs. She saw the Mangoose sitting outside as if waiting for her, and she saw that the Mangoose was sitting outside as if he was waiting for her. On seeing her, he ran to welcome her as was customary, and on seeing the farmer's wife, Mangoose ran to welcome her as it was in custom. Suppose that you are a student and I am a teacher, and according to the custom, when I am going to teach you here in online class, I say good morning to you, and you will also say good morning. So it is a custom, understand? So as a custom, he ran forward, he came on the gate to welcome her. The farmer's wife took one look at the Mangoose and screamed. And afterward, what had happened? The farmer's wife took one look, saw the Mangoose, and screamed, and she cried. She cried. Why she cried? Blood. She cried. She cried blood. The face and paws of the Mangoose were smeared with blood. The face and the paws of the Mangoose were smeared, covered with blood. Means that here we get that his face and paws were covered with blood, smeared. "You wicked animal, you have killed my baby," she screamed hysterically. She was blind with rage and with all her strength brought down the heavy basket full of groceries on the blood smeared Mangoose and ran inside to the child's cradle. So what had happened? When she got that the face and paws of the Mangoose were smeared with blood, so afterward she said, "You wicked animal, she said, "you have killed my baby." She screamed hysterically. Screamed means cried. Hysterically means uncontrolled way. She screamed in uncontrolled way. She was blind with rage, and she was blind with rage means anger. And with all her strength, she was blind with rage, and with all her strength, with all her power, brought down the heavy basket full of groceries on the blood smeared Mangoose, and ran inside the child's cradle. So she kept the groceries on Mangoose's body, and afterwards she ran inside to the child's cradle, where the child was lying in cradle in hanging cot. The baby was fast asleep, but on the floor lay a black snake, torn and bleeding. In a flash, she realized what had happened. She ran out looking for the Mangoose. So afterward, when she reached near the baby, she got that the baby was fast asleep. The baby was sleeping, but on the floor she got black snake, torn and bleeding. She got a black snake, torn and bleeding. And in a flash, in a hurry, in a minute, in a flash, she felt that She felt what had happened there. She ran out looking for the mongoose, and she ran out for looking for the mongoose. Understand? Oh, you saved my child. You killed the snake. What have I done? She said, oh, you saved my child. You killed the snake. What have I done? But what have I done? She cried, touching the mongoose. When she was touching the mongoose, she was crying. Who lay dead and still? The mongoose was lay dead and still, unaware of her sobbing. The mongoose was unaware of her sobbing. Sobbing means to speak while you are crying. She was crying. She was weeping when she was speaking such thing. So she said that who lay dead and still unaware of her sobbing. The farmer's wife, who had acted hastily and rashly, stared long at the dead mongoose. The farmer's wife who killed the mongoose, who acted hastily. What do you mean by the term hastily? Means rapidly, and rashly means carelessly. Without thinking, she has done the action in a fast mode, without thinking. So she had done these things. Stared long at the dead mongoose. She was staring, looking continuously at the dead mongoose. Then she heard the baby crying, and afterwards she heard the baby crying. Wiping her tears, she went into feed him, and she wept. Wiping her tears, she wiped her tears, and she went into feed him, and she went to feed her baby. So in this way, the lesson has been completed, and we get that because of hasty action of the farmer's wife, the mongoose has been died, whereas the mongoose has saved her baby's life. Understand? So thanks for watching the video. Thank you.